guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my to be read pile for October and November. So my August-September to be read pile went very successfully. I got all of those books done, so stay tuned in the future for book reviews for everything. So yes, moving on to October and November. Let's start off with some graphic novels. I'm finally gonna pick up the first two books in the Hawkeye series. The first volume is My Life as a Weapon, and then the second volume is Little Hits. So hopefully I like these first two volumes, because I'd like to continue to collect the next couple books in the series. But yeah, these are Marvel Comics, focusing on Hawkeye, if you can't tell, played by Jeremy Renner in the Marvel movies. And yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about these graphic novels. A lot of people seem to really like them. They're highly praised. They sound like they're super funny. Next, I want to read The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and this is a mystery thriller sort of book, very much in the style of something like Gone Girl or The Girl on the Train. This is already being compared to those two books, so duh, I had to pick this up. And oh my god, this sounds so good. The synopsis says something that it follows a journalist who writes for like a travel magazine, and she gets this opportunity to go on this luxury cruise liner, and she happens to witness like a passenger being thrown overboard. So yeah, this big mystery ensues, and it sounds super good. And the synopsis of this book is also kind of suggesting, if you're a fan of like Agatha Christie, you'll kind of like the style of this book too, and I love Agatha Christie, so yeah, this seriously sounds super freaking good. I can't wait. Next, I want to read The House of Velvet and Glass by Catherine Howe, and I think this is going to be the second Catherine Howe book I've picked up. The only other book I've read from her is The Physic Book of Deliverance Dane, which had something to do with the Salem witch trials. And this book, I mostly picked it up because it has a little something to do with the Titanic. And me, I love anything with the Titanic. But this book, it doesn't take place on the Titanic at all. It follows this young woman named Sybil, I think her name is. And she's still suffering from the death of her mother and sister who perished on the Titanic. So yeah, this book, it says it takes place in Boston in 1915, so yeah, it's completely after the Titanic, but yeah, a character who was still very much affected nonetheless. And it sounds like she becomes a medium. So that sounds pretty intriguing. I'm assuming she's going to try and contact her dead mother and sister through the spirit realm or something like that. So yeah, this sounds like it's something very psychological with a hint of something supernatural, which was very much how The Physic Book of Deliverance Dane even was by Catherine Howe. Next, I want to read this big giant thing of a book, this big monster, Elizabeth I by Margaret George. I think this is going to be like my second or third book from Margaret George? What's the other book I read from Margaret George? I'm looking at my books over here. I think the only other book I've read from Margaret George is her Helen of Troy book. But I also have her Memoirs of Cleopatra, which I have not yet read. So yeah, I figured I'll start with this one next. It's huge. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth I, if you can't tell. I love Tudor history. I love Queen Elizabeth I's reign. So you guys, it's time for my TBR box. I have not used this for quite a few months now. It's kind of killed me because I love drawing from this thing for my TBR. So yeah, I finally have the opportunity for this TBR to pick out some books, and I'm going to pick out 3 books. Hopefully they're good. And this thing is overflowing, you guys. Good lord. Look how colorful it is. I updated my box recently. And I got some new paper. It's more colorful, but yeah, look at that. It's about to overflow. Good lord. Okay, so it has lint in it. Where did this lint come from? My god. Get out. Go away, lint. Look, see the lint? Okay. I can't even shuffle this thing, so I'm just going to pick off 3 here from the top. Book number 1. The first book that I have chosen is The Prophecy by Lily Blake, and this is a tie-in novel to the CW show Reign, which is about Mary, Queen of Scots. And this is a beautiful cover. Look at these beautiful people, you guys. Look at that. Ah, too beautiful. And yes, I am a fan of this show. I really love this show, as cheesy as it can be, and it's definitely massively historically inaccurate, but I still adore it nonetheless. So hopefully this is good. I want to say this tie-in takes place between season 1 and 2, maybe? I don't think it's any later than that. I think this takes place between season 1 and 2. There's 3 seasons currently, I think. Book number 2 that I have picked from my TBR box. The next book I have here is The Death of King Arthur, The Immortal Legend by Peter Ackroyd. And this is pretty much a retelling of Sir Thomas Malory's take on the death of King Arthur, which is more commonly known as Les Morts d'Arthur. So yeah, I think this is just a more easy to read version of that story, a better translation, I suppose, because I definitely have read Les Morts d'Arthur in the original language, which is pretty hard, you guys. So yeah, I mostly picked this up because of the beautiful cover. Look at that, it's so gorgeous. So yeah, I'm excited to read another translation of Les Morts d'Arthur. Should be fun. And my final TBR box pick is A Man of His Own by Susan Wilson. And this is a book that I just recently bought, I want to say. And this is historical fiction taking place during World War II, and it follows this soldier, and he has his dog by his side the whole time during the war. So yeah, this sounds like a cute little story about a man and his dog during the war. So this is my TBR pile for October and November. Can't wait to get around to all of these books. It should be good. Hopefully I get them all done. So stay tuned in the future for book reviews for all of these. So in the comments below, have you guys read any of these books? Do you want to read any of them? Just let me know. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.